welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah if you're new here. This is gonna be a really fun sit down video because I want to talk about my Kindle. I've had this for I think a little bit about over a year. I got it maybe, I feel like it was October, around that time. This has drastically changed my reading habits and just like my overall mood towards reading. I absolutely love having the option of my Kindle to read at night, read in the car, even just like reading out in, broad daylight. The amount of times I have brought my Kindle on a road trip, car trip, or just like sitting in my bed reading at night. I love how easy it is to read and just how compact it is and just how easy it is just to pick it up and pick whatever book you want on there. For this video, I'm going to do a list of pros and cons that I've noticed for having a Kindle for over a year now. Just to give like a little bit of background, my Kindle is the Kindle Paperwhite 2021. For cases, I have the clear one from Amazon. Then I have this one. It has like the flip. I love this one. And then I also have this one. It's the same exact thing. It's just the composition book. And then also I have a book sleeve, which this is the Kindle Paperwhite size. So not many books can fit in this, but I absolutely love it. It's from Book Barn Galore. I will leave their shop in the description below. To start this off, I want to do the pros for having a Kindle. So first off, it is very, very slim and lightweight, so I'm able to fit this in my purse with no trouble. It is so light. If I had to pick a random book, yes, this does have a little bit more weight to it, but this is thicker than this. Another pro is the storage capacity. I am able to have over 1,000 books on mine and still not be pressed for space, if that makes sense. Like, I think whenever I checked in on my Amazon account, I had less than 100 and I still had a ton of space left, which is super nice because I'm able now to pick from 50 books, 100 books, 150 books, and still have space for way more books on my Kindle. It all depends, about like how long a book is. Another pro that I like is the ability to do the brightness up or down. I can go like real dark, or I could have it real bright. And then another thing I love is the dark mode. That's what I usually do, is the dark mode, and it is so nice at nighttime. Another pro is the battery life is so good. I've had this for over a year and I've only ever had to charge it, I want to say like 4 or 5 times. And obviously it matters on how much you read, or if you have the brightness all the way up, or if you have it on airplane mode. Like, all those factors come into the battery life, which most of the time I have it on dark mode. The brightness isn't too bright, and so I feel like I'm able to keep a charge for weeks at a time, which is fantastic. I was a little weary about the battery life when I first got this, because I'm like, if I had a physical copy of a book, I'm not gonna have to worry about a battery life, And so I was pleasantly surprised about the battery life on the Kindle, so that's also an added bonus. On here, I have my list of pros and cons on here. I do know that the Kindle Paperwhite is waterproof. I don't need to take this in the shower with me. I don't know. I'm just nervous about putting electronics in the water, and I'm like, I don't need it in the water. So I guess if you were at the beach and it accidentally fell in or whatnot, it'd be okay. But from my experience of having it, I haven't had it near water or needed to have it in water, if that makes sense. But yeah, it apparently is waterproof, and I mean, another added bonus, I guess. This is probably one of my favorite features on the Kindle, is the ability to highlight some text and actually add comments on them. I love going back through my books that I've highlighted on here, and if I were to get the physical copy of that same book, I'll show you guys. So on here, if you go up to this little like notebook guy, you hit him, it actually shows all of your highlights on that book. It's happened in the past where I'll pick up my Kindle and take up the paperback of that same copy and actually go in and highlight on my physical copy. I love just taking the time and going in with my highlighters, my pens, and just being able to just be with myself and my books and just really enjoy what I'm doing. I love that little feature they have where you can highlight and stuff. One more pro that I'm going to give before I go into cons is I love the ability to change my font size and actually change the font. I was doing a little research and I found out you can actually download fonts from your computer onto your Kindle. I was mind blown when I saw this. So I was able to download like 10 different fonts that I love. You do have to be careful because it depends on what book you use it on, because I've noticed some books don't show the fonts that you have downloaded as fonts to choose from for that book. So you got to be a little careful, or just, you know, cautious that they might not show up on some books. I like having the option to pick a font and actually change the font size to smaller to bigger to bolder. You can change the paragraph sizing, styles, the line spacing. It is really helpful when a book you normally find at Barnes & Noble has like print this small, and then on the Kindle you can make it, you know, go 12 size font, which is great. So I'm gonna go into cons. I don't have that many cons just because I love my Kindle. But I have noticed a few things that I wish were different, or just some things I've noticed that I'm not able to change. The major con about having a Kindle is just the upfront cost. It is better in the long run. I think I got mine really cheap. I don't know, there was a sale at Best Buy. I was able to get it way cheaper than the normal price was. And then on top of that, you buy the Kindle, and then you buy a book on the Amazon store. And you read it, and then you're like, oh wait, I want the physical copy now. So then you have to go out and buy that same book again, which I am trying to do better at. I am trying to be more money cautious, and I've found a way to download my books on my Kindle from my computer for free, and then if I like the book or not, I'll go out and buy the book to have in my library. Highly recommend that. So what you do is you take your Kindle charger, and if it has the USB port on that side, and if you have a MacBook Pro like I do, I had to buy this little adapter where it'll plug in this side, and then this will plug into your computer, and I'm able to drag and drop books from my computer that I've downloaded onto my Kindle, and they'll show up. But yeah, if you are one of those people who are like wanting a Kindle but not wanting to buy books twice, but you want to get a Kindle just to have, definitely advise you to look into an adapter like that and download these books for free on websites. Even if you just type up the book title and then just put EPUB or PDF, it'll pop up a link and you'll be able to download it no problem, which I absolutely love having that as an option. One con that I've also thought about is sometimes I like to hold a physical book in my hand and be able to flip the pages. Before I got my Kindle, I was a for sure physical copy lover, but once I started watching videos of people reading on their Kindles on the train, in their bed, on the beach, and I'm like, if you bring a book to the beach, it's gonna get wet and sandy, and Kindle, you have a less of a chance of that happening. That is the one downside if you're a person who loves to hold a physical copy in their hands and be able to annotate right on the spot. That is the one like downside of a Kindle, is you don't get the satisfaction of flipping a page, underlining, highlighting, but you do still get to highlight on the Kindle. And on, maybe not underline, but you get to comment on stuff. Like I said, you can go back in and check your highlights on your Kindle and go to the physical copy, yada yada yada. one more con that I have of this is going back to downloading free books from my computer to my Kindle. I have had some experiences where the file, like format of the book that I've downloaded isn't compatible with my Kindle, so it doesn't show up or doesn't load or whatever. But like I said, that's an easy fix. You can just go back on your computer and just dig deeper and just look at other websites that have, you know, more compatible links, I guess you could say. Like I said, it's not really a tricky thing to do, and if anyone who, you know, goes out and buys that cord that I have and has problems, you guys feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will try to help any way I can. I had trouble at the start. Once I watched a few YouTube videos, I was able to get it down pretty quick. But yeah, I learned from TikTok videos, I learned from YouTube videos. It really isn't that hard once you get the, you know, get the gist of it. In this day and age, you can search up something and get like 10 results. Overall, I love having my Kindle. Every time I go to town, I just grab this and put it in my purse. Even if I don't read at all, I just like having it on hand, because like, what if I get stuck somewhere and I'm not able to pick a book? I like the ability to have 50 books on this little device and be able to pick, because since I'm such a mood reader, I love having the ability to change books instead of, you know, packing 2-3 books in my purse and not having enough room for my phone, my keys, my wallet, all that jazz. This is just such a more simplistic and compatible reading device. But yeah, I just love having the ability to pick up this Kindle and just read. Like, I can just, you know, I can read Queen of Shadows, I can read Silent Patient, like I can read whatever I want on here, and it connects to Wi-Fi, so you have a wide range of possibilities to pick up a book. You have a greater chance of finding a new author that you love, or a new genre, or even just a simple standalone book that you're like obsessed with now because you can't stop thinking about it. There have been so many times where I'll just peruse on the little like Kindle shop, I guess, on here, and I'm just looking and looking at all these books, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get so overwhelmed sometimes. Which is a good problem to have, because whenever I'm in the bookstore, I get overwhelmed just the same. But just being able to be at my house and just look at books, and then yeah, I just love having the ability to have basically my own library in the middle of my fingertips. Like, it's just here instead of having, you know, 5 books in your purse. Would I recommend a Kindle Paperwhite to new readers or paperback, hardback, physical copy lovers? Yes, I would. Short answer, yes. I used to hate packing books for car trips, road trips, you know, just any outing or car ride, whatever. I was terrible at picking books. I'm like, what if I change my mind? What if I don't want to read this book? I don't want to pack it. And then if I pack this book, then I don't want the pages to get bent. I don't want it to get wet or something spilled on. So just having this as a reading resource was a game changer. It truly was. I know it doesn't have like pages you can flip. It doesn't have the book smell that I love. This is definitely more convenient on a car trip or a family vacation. You can just pack this and then you're good to go. Safe to say, I would highly recommend this. I know the new Kindle came out where it's like color or something. Honestly, having no color on here is not a setback to me. Having a black and white Kindle is really nice to have. Just by having this Kindle, I have probably read more this year alone than I have in recent years of my life. Which is crazy to say that this little device changed my reading habits. It just is so crazy how this little thing makes me want to read and not feel pressure to stick to a book. Alright, so I'm gonna end this video here. Sorry if this is kind of like all over the place. I have been kind of scatterbrained since I'm still mourning the ending of Outer Banks Season 4. Pray for me. But yeah, I hope you learned something from this video, and let me know if you guys want to see what's on my Kindle or just anything Kindle related. Just let me know if you guys want to see more content like that. I loved filming this, weirdly enough. I'm not used to doing sit-down videos like this, so I am hoping to post this in November, and then I'm gonna get right into filming for Bookmas, which I'm so excited. Like, I can't even explain to you how excited I am for Bookmas. I already have all my videos planned and stuff, so look out for that December 1st. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the full 12 videos for my first time, so I guess we'll see how my scheduling and my filming goes. And I hope you guys stick around if you want to get notifications for when I post those videos. Definitely click that bell. Thank you guys for watching this video. I love y'all so much. Thank you guys for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.